Hello, everybody. Welcome to the second podcast edition of B4 Takeoff. I'm your host, Stellar Outlaw. I'm here with my guest, Nicky Ra. Nicky, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yo, I'm Nicky Ra. I'm an artist, and I don't know. I like coffee and bagels a lot. Those are pretty cool, and that's what you need to know about me.
I, too, am a coffee person. Nicky's a little humble, but he does pretty much everything. Songwriting, singing, rapping, production.
Engineering.
He's also on the receiving end of, like, literally every depressing meme I can find on the internet. It's a long-standing tradition between us.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to shout out your, like, social media handles so people know where to find you?
Yeah, so I have 2 Instagram accounts, but if you just look up Nicky Ra, they'll both come up. One's Nick Jussits, one's Nicky Ra is here. Nick Jussits, Jusits, and then just Nicky Ra on everything, basically. Just look up Nicky Ra and you'll find me.
I've literally wondered for like 2 years how to pronounce your last name.
Jussits.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it's like Jusits, Juicy Teas,
yep.
like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I've heard everything. Jussitis. Sounds like a disease.
That does.
Yeah.
Does anyone ever call you that? Like
Jussitis? No, it's usually people like calling the house and like like, I don't know, random ass people.
That sounds like low key like a Roman name.
Jussitis.
I'm Nicholas Jussitis III.
Sounds like a Roman name.
So, basically we met I think over Instagram, but I think the first time we actually met was probably at Weiss.
Oh yeah.
Weiss or Target. Yeah, you still like wear it. No, I was wearing a headband, I think. I was wearing a bandana.
Were you working there at that time, or was?
Yeah, it was weird, cause like I'd never seen you before, but I like knew who you were, and I was like.
You're like, yo. I was
hi.
like, yo.
And then like I would see you at school sometimes, and then.
True.
I went to like one of your shows, which is like also the only show I've ever been to by myself.
Really?
Yes, like in my entire life. That's
like even like regular concerts too.
Yeah, that's how much of an extrovert I am, guys.
Shit.
I leave the house all the time. You know, like me, I'm a social person. Literally,
social butterfly.
I grew up really sheltered.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I mentioned this on the last podcast, but I was born in Venezuela. I lived in the rainforest for 4 years.
Really?
And then my parents decided to homeschool me, so that's why my social skills are so on point. Like, I'm just the social butterfly. Yeah.
Hey, man.
So, you know.
At least you push yourself and, like, try to, like, better yourself at that stuff, you know?
It's hard, but we out here. It's hard being perceived, but, like, I was going to post it on my story last night, and I was going to be like, what if I was an artist, but people didn't perceive me? Like,
That'd be dope.
I just put my art out there.
I don't like that I exist in other people's minds.
Yeah, every time I'm in public, because I work in retail, I'm like, people really perceive me? Like, no,
like
thank you.
A version of myself exists in everybody's mind that I've ever encountered.
That is literally the worst thing ever. So, I think we talked a little bit before about how you started, like, rapping in high school, I believe, with your friend's name is Mike.
Yeah.
And you started, like, what, freestyling, and then...
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, like, I wouldn't say, like, I've always... Alright, so, like, I started writing songs at, like, 7 or 8, and it was mostly, like, singing stuff, but I'd write raps, but I wasn't, like, a rapper yet. So, then I came into middle school, and I became friends with Mike, and just our whole lunch table was just, like, into hip-hop and stuff. So, we would just freestyle all the time, and it was just for fun. Like, I'd have other groups of friends that were into, like, hip-hop and shit, and we'd just freestyle and say stupid shit. Mostly just, like, making fun of each other and shit. So that was really, like, the starting point of me being, like, I want to be a rapper. Like, I always wrote raps for years, but this is, like, okay, now I want to be a rapper. So.
Yeah, sometimes I wonder about if I hadn't been homeschooled, like, would I have discovered other things, like, earlier? But my parents were like, we want to protect you from the world. Which,
Makes sense.
didn't really work. But, yeah, so the next thing I was going to discuss is you are part of a collective called Agony, except there's no O.
Sometimes there is, but it's more fun to leave the O out. Yeah. One day we just decided to say it without the O because it looks cooler.
Is that like for copyright purposes or?
I don't know,
I'm
dude.
not sure.
One day Vito and Brandon eventually just started saying it without it, and I'm like, that looks cooler. Let me start just saying it like that.
That's another name I didn't know how to pronounce. I was like, is it Navanchi?
Well, it's based off Navanchi, but he says it Navenchi. So we just call him Benchy.
Yeah,
like,
see, there's like this big phenomenon of meeting people on the internet, and you're like,
yeah.
First of all, I don't know your real name. I don't know how to pronounce your artist name. I don't know your middle name, like nothing. And it's so weird because like, I feel like people who have known me for a while, like I'm not very close to them, but then I'll just like meet someone on the internet, and they're like, oh, we're best friends now.
Facts.
Like it's so interesting. I just think it's because they don't have a previous perception of you.
Yeah.
Like. I'm very glad that like most of my friends now didn't meet me before because I was like weird ass kid. Like I literally lived in the jungle, so.
That's actually like a dope backstory though. Like I was born in the jungles of Venezuela. Like that's kind of badass, dude.
Yeah, but unfortunately I don't remember any of it. I'm writing a song right now about how the fact that like I have so many blanks in my memory as a kid. People are like, do you remember this?
Yeah.
No.
Well, you're
like,
4, right?
Well, yeah, no, but like most of my childhood, like in general, I'm just like,
yeah.
Like I'll see pictures of myself and I'm like, do I know you? Like,
dude, I don't remember myself from like 2 years ago. I'm
right?
like, who was that?
Yeah,
you know?
I went to Philly recently to meet up with my friend Junior, and I thought I was meeting this other person for the first time. And she's like, I actually met you like 2 years ago, and I was like, wait, are you serious?
Yeah.
No memory, like just
worst.
blank. Let's see. You have a friend who I believe his artist name is I'm Pretender.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, his artist name was just Pretender. That's like
Pretender. Is it Instagram name?
Yeah.
And I forget, what's the name of that label? Is it 300 Entertainment?
No.
No? No, there's, I've seen that
Profit
somewhere.
Entertainment. 300 is like a big ass label, dude.
No, I'm thinking of something. Didn't Brandon have some sort of group with?
Oh, 400. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of.
That's the group Navenci's in. Yeah.
So how did you come about to like signing with this group?
With Profit?
Yes.
Yes. So Pretender always wanted to. Well, first of all, I met Pretender through Navenci because he's just he's Mr. fucking underground legend. Like he's connected to everybody in the underground. So one day he just made like a big ass group chat with all these artists from around the world, and Pretender was in there. So we just started talking in the group chat. That's how we formed our relationship. And he's always talked about like being independent and stuff and wanted to start his own label. So he was working on it, like, so he finally got like an LLC and all this stuff, and he put together a team, and he asked me to like come aboard and help it build it from the ground up. So like right now it's just us trying to like build the brand and work together, but we're still getting like the business shit intact. But once that's like up and running, then I think it's gonna be pretty dope. Like he has some really cool ideas with it. So yeah.
So do the artists in this label like own their masters?
Yeah. I mean, other than that, we're pretty much completely independent. I mean, we don't even like have. He had actual contracts written up, but like we're not even like signed yet. Like it's a loose, not loose, but like it's unofficial in a legal sense that we're signed to the label. But like right now, we own all our own shit. Like we're just working together to build the shit.
So like as an independent artist, if you were talking to someone else about the difference between like a regular like recording label contract and like yours, how would you say like you benefit more at this point in your career from the type of contract that you have?
Well, there's like that you have to give them everything. Like it's basically a loan. I don't know if you're like familiar with like recording contracts in general, but it's literally like a loan. Like they give you money up front and you have to pay them back with the money you make for a certain amount of time. Like with this, it's literally like from the like I'm not like I said, like I'm not officially signed yet, but like I read the contract he wrote up, and it's basically like he doesn't even want anything yet. Like he's just like the people who are starting from the ground up. We're basically like part owners of the company type shit. So like we're just working together at this point. I think later down the line he's gonna do that more traditional type of shit. Obviously he's not gonna fuck over artists and take their masters.
Hopefully not. That would suck.
Yeah, he's really big on like just supporting the creators and the art form. So that's gonna be dope for him to. I think he's really gonna change how recording contracts are even set up down the line. So
that sounds very interesting. One thing that I've wanted to know for a while is I think the first song that really like drew my attention from any Lansdale artist was No Hook with G-Hop.
You post that all the time on your story, dude.
I literally listen to it like every month. But I want to know, like, is there any like story behind how that song came about? Like, I'm so interested by it.
Yeah, so it was me and Navenci went to Vito's house. And then Taj, Fuck 12, and G-Hop pulled up. and we were just sitting in Vito's basement as we do, listening to beats and shit. And Brandon pulled up this one beat, and G-Hop was just like, hold up, I think I got something for that. So he just starts like reading the verse for No Hook. And I'm like, yeah, I definitely want parts too. And we both just had like verses that were perfectly like half of the song. So everyone was like, yo, y'all do that. That shit's hard. So yeah, and then he recorded his shit, I recorded my shit. Brandon was like, yo, just let me do ad-libs. So I don't know if you hear it, but
yes.
Eventually's on the ad-libs for that song.
I heard him at the very end. I was wondering who that was, because I was like, that doesn't sound like either of them, but I couldn't quite put my finger on it. One thing I have wondered about is, like, you talked about these, like, collaborative writing sessions. Like, does anyone ever, like, show their verse and then everyone else is like, maybe sit this one out? Like,
not maybe sit this one out, but there's more subtle, like, nice ways to say it. Be like, let's try a different beat or something. You know, we'll come back to that type shit. So,
I've never actually done an official collab with someone for, like, writing. So I've always been scared that, like, if they gave me a verse or I gave them a verse, one of us would just be like,
it's whack.
How do I put this nicely? Like, it's not what I'm looking for.
And, like, fortunately for me, that doesn't happen a lot, because, like, the people that I work with, like, around this area are usually on their shit, and they're good. So I can usually, like, if I'm reaching out for a feature, I already know you're, like, tough, so it's not going to be whack. But yeah, when that does happen, it's pretty awkward to maneuver around, honestly. So
yeah, you got to put your customer service skills to action.
Yeah.
That's literally all I've learned in retail, is just how to say no to people nicely.
Yep.
Okay, so we already talked about the label stuff. A lot of people, I use this phrase way too much. Some people have, like, this insane hatred of artists who get clout and, like, that's all they're known for. Versus people who, you know, like, you could talk about Kendrick Lamar versus, like, Cardi B. So how is your view, like, as someone who's very invested in their craft and, like, I don't know, I really doubt that you're gonna, like, get famous for doing some stupid shit or, like, getting face tattoos or something. So, like, personally for me, I used to feel like I was somehow superior to these people who, like, blow up off of, like, certain things that are dumb. Yeah. But, like, I've kind of developed a little bit of respect. Like, they're very good at doing their one thing, and it doesn't take away from other people. So how do you feel about artists like that?
Yeah, so I was definitely, like, had a superiority complex like you back in the day. Like, damn, I'm working hard as shit, and you just fucking threw a milk carton in a shopping center and blew it up off it, you know? Type shit like that. But I don't know. I kind of pity them, because it's like, one, you don't see a lot of longevity with those careers. Like, they got a year where they're hot, and then they kind of fizzle out. You know, people start clowning them. So, I don't know. It's like it's a short-term way to success, but it's not like it's like not long-term at all. It doesn't last usually. So, I kind of like pity them in a way, like, that they couldn't hone their craft and really get good at the shit and stay consistent and stay on top. Like, they just had just a one-hit wonder of a song, or fucking even a moment. Not even one-hit wonder of a song, just a moment. So, I don't know. But, I don't know. I used to be mad, but it's like, whatever.
Yeah, the only thing I get mad about that is, like, when people who become viral then decide they want to be a rapper, like Bad Baby.
Yeah.
And then you tell people, you're like,
but she's kind of hard, though.
I get that, but, like...
I kind of like her music.
But, like, I'm just saying, as, like, she wasn't a rapper before.
Yeah,
like,
no,
I have nothing against her, but, like... Then when you tell someone, like, oh, I want to be a rapper, they're like, oh, like, you're going to be one of those, like, stupid sound
no, that's
I'm
a big
like,
thing.
Are you serious?
It taints other upcoming rappers' images.
Yes, like...
Because the idea of a rapper is just clown now.
Just,
like, it doesn't... Yeah.
I think they should just clarify, like, this is my hobby. Like, I do a lot of stuff for fun, but, like, I don't know.
But I think...
Obviously they wouldn't. But...
Those people think it's going to become a career, you know? Like, people do something viral stupid.
Like, you already have a career.
Yeah.
You know?
But they want to move over, because I don't know, being a rapper is cool, I guess.
Their attorneys are probably like, sir, we need you to diversify your portfolio.
Honestly.
You know?
Honestly,
like,
actually.
Longevity in the entertainment industry is, like, pretty much non-existent. Someone else along that line who I've always had mixed feelings about is Kanye West, because he is so creative, like, literally insane. Like, I could never begin to reach his level, I don't think, at any point in my career. But he's also, like, a very controversial figure. But in that, I feel like a lot of the controversy is rooted in how people view artists like him, specifically rappers and black people with mental issues. So, like, I don't know, sometimes when I'm, like, on Twitter or whatever and people are, like, bashing Kanye, I like sometimes forget that like they don't have the full picture or whatever, and so while I feel like people should be held accountable for their actions and stuff, I feel like there's a lot more like behind the scenes. Like he was, I don't remember when, wasn't he in like Paris when? No, I'm thinking of his wife's incident.
Yeah.
He got hospitalized. Was it a couple years ago?
I think it was like 2016.
2017
maybe.
Yeah, and he had like a breakdown. So I've always been fascinated by his process. Like when I heard when I was like a kid, first getting into music, and they talk like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, things like that. Like I just feel lucky to be alive at the same time as him.
Yeah.
Like honestly. I may not always agree with what he's doing, but it just blows my mind. I'm like, how do you come up with this stuff?
Yeah, he's undeniably like one of the most creative minds of the 21st century. Like even love him or hate him, like that's just a fact, honestly.
And he's just like we were talking about one hit wonders. Like I think something that separates him from other artists that are his age is he tries to like take artists under his wing as well. And like he had a song with Lil Pump, right? Well, I forget what it was. Where they like, wore the huge freaking like Minecraft costumes. Yeah, like it's just crazy to me. I don't know. I'm never gonna get over his discography.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel weird listening to artists that like I find problematic. But it also depends on why they're problematic. Yeah. There's a difference between, like, saying some weird shit and being, like, a predator.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, usually I can separate the art from the artist, but it's, like, sometimes it's, like, I think I'm just going to step back, you know? Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It all comes back to, like, cancel culture and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think the people who use the phrase cancel culture the most are missing the entire point.
I agree. I was just thinking about that in the shower today, actually.
It's like, crazy, right? Yeah. Like, all I'm looking for is, like, a form of changed behavior.
Yeah. Hold people accountable.
We've all said some, like, terrible shit. Yeah. But if you are trying to be a better person, I think that's what counts. I just hate when the same people keep apologizing ever again. I'm like, first of all, it's not real. Yeah. And then, like, you'll say something and, like, their fans just, like, attack you.
Yeah.
They like storm you like termites or something.
I think that's the part of cancel culture that people hate, the toxicity on both ends. So like, but I think it could be great if we held these people accountable, made them apologize to people they hurt, and then but like held them accountable and hope that they change, you know? But I feel like a lot of toxicity comes from that environment. So
yeah. And, I mean, the whole point isn't to demonetize them, because that's literally impossible. It's just, for me, I'm like, I don't really agree with what this person's doing in their life. Like, I feel like they're actively doing bad, then I'm going to try to stay away from them. Yeah. But it's also, like, disappointing, especially when it comes to people like Lady Gaga with, like, Kesha and Dr. Luke. Like, I can't imagine how it would feel to, like, look up to someone in the industry your whole life. You make a song with them or whatever, and then, like, other people come out with these stories, and, like, how hard it must be. Because, first of all, we were talking about owning your masters and stuff. You can't just tell your label, like, I don't like this person, like, take me off. Like, you sign all these contracts, most of which you don't understand.
Yeah.
And then people are just gonna, like, bash you when you probably didn't even know. Sometimes it's obviously do know. But I think that's another thing to think about, I guess, when you're signing a contract, is when these situations come up, do you feel like your label is going to stand behind you? If you're not like Justin Bieber, they're probably not going to give a crap.
Yeah.
Like, you do what we say, you sign this contract, you know. If you don't have like a lawyer or a friend in there, then...
but more specifically a lawyer.
A lawyer, yeah.
You want a lawyer. Yeah.
I actually was going to be a lawyer for a while. But then I was reading up on lawyers, and I realized they have really high rates of substance abuse and depression. And I was like, I feel like I'm kind of headed for there, so maybe like... stray away from that.
It's a sad job to have, honestly.
Especially prosecutors, and I wanted to be a prosecutor, so. But, no.
Yeah. No.
Every time I'm on my Snapchat Explore page and they're like, this prosecutor tracked down this killer, I'm like, I don't have the stomach for that. No. Leave it to those people, but, like, I could not.
Crazy.
Another topic on artists and controversial things in art. A lot of people who are not artists, I feel like they have this attitude of when people talk about things that they struggle with, like drugs, depression, an unhealthy self-image, they think that if you speak about it and if you have a platform that you're glorifying it. But my thing is, like, I think it's honestly bringing exposure to things that people don't want to talk about. And I just hate when people get judged by it. Like, one of my favorite artists ever is Lil Peep. Most of his songs, he talks about drug abuse, but I feel like it's in a very honest like, manner.
Yeah.
So, a lot of times, like, certain artists, they may not talk about drugs in their song, but they definitely glorify it in their lifestyle. You know, like, they try to have this, like...
videos and Instagram posts. And...
Yeah, or they try to have this, like, wishy-washy... That's literally the opposite of what I was looking for. This whitewashed, appearance in their life.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, behind the scenes, they're doing all kinds of horrible shit. But then another artist who's maybe less charismatic could be like, yes, I do have issues in my life, and I want to talk about them.
Mm-hmm.
And then people are like, oh my god, like, you're disgusting.
But it's also like, what was I gonna say? Like, they're just revealing their truth. It may not be demonizing it or glamorizing it. It's like, this is just how it is.
Yeah.
I do Percocets. I'm depressed. Da-da-da-da-da. Like,
yeah,
take that how you want, interpret that how you want, but
yeah.
that's just what it is.
Yeah,
you know?
Sometimes things are morally neutral. I learned about this actually on TikTok, which is crazy, right? Me learning things on TikTok. This woman was talking about how there's some things, like food is morally neutral. You can guilt someone about what they eat or not, but, like, the act of feeding your body is morally neutral.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, like, a sin or, like, this holy thing. Yeah. And so, sometimes just talking about something, you know, like, just saying, like, this is how it is, like you were saying, it is just a fact.
Yeah. And I think people just put too much stress on artists to be role models, or that they're responsible for how their message is received. Like, artists aren't, in my opinion, artists shouldn't be responsible for how other people interpret their art. Like, they're just responsible for, well, I don't know. Like, people just want them to be role models and perfect humans because parents are like, my kids are listening to this. It's
dude,
how about you make sure your kids don't fucking listen to shit you don't want them to listen to if they're young?
I totally get that, because, like, when I moved out of my parents' house and stuff like that, and I, like, first came out to some coworkers and stuff like that, like, people just ask all these questions, and they're like, you are the one person that exists in your community. I'm going to ask you everything. You have to be perfect, and I'm just going to, like, treat you like you're some sort of, like, weird Google.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, maybe, like, literally go to Google and, like, stop treating people like they are this, like, dictionary.
Yeah.
Like, if someone doesn't want to be an educator or a representative of their community, leave them alone.
Yeah.
Like, not everybody has to be, like, an Oscar-winning actor who, like, has all these charity things.
Yeah.
If you want to do that, that's great, but everybody deserves their own privacy and, like, respect.
Well, that's another thing that I just thought of, is, like, this whole, you hear about, like, the Kylie Jenner shit, where it's, like, people
the GoFundMe?
Yeah, like...
That upsets me so much.
Dude, don't tell her what to do with her money, like... I don't even know. That shit just pisses me off, dude. Like, celebrities are people. They work hard for their money. They can spend it however they want. And
I get that, but, like, wasn't that her makeup artist? Was that what it was?
See, it was spread around that was her makeup artist. It was, like, her makeup artist's friend, who already had a family set up GoFundMe that she already donated to.
See, that's where
like,
misinformation comes into it. Because what I heard was that it was her makeup artist. Like, for example, when Lady Gaga's dog walker got shot, she paid for all his medical bills, and he was a direct employee at first.
Which is dope. Yeah.
But, yeah, no, if people just say stuff, and it's, like, hard to verify, especially when it's things like that, and you can't go to, like, what are those like scientific journals, you know, when you're in high school trying to find scientific journals, when you can't get stuff like that, and it's so current, it's like, sometimes I just want to, like, wait for it to boil over before I say something, because I'm like, I don't know if this is true or not.
Especially with political stuff too, honestly.
Along that same line, what is your least favorite Twitter trend? Like, something you noticed.
Dude, I don't go on Twitter.
You don't go on Twitter?
No. People are like, oh my god, Twitter's the best, but I feel like you really have to, like, sink in to Twitter, full nosedive to, like, make your feed how I feel like, but if you get to that point, it could be dope. Where if you get your feed how you want it. But I actually just made a Twitter, like, 2 years ago.
You tweet, like, every 6 months.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, he's back.
Yeah. No, like, my only tweet is, like, I have an album out.
Yeah.
I think my music video tweet is out too. And then my likes are, like, I have, like, 7 likes, and they're, like, blessed, iconic videos that I just really want to highlight and, like, so.
Shameless plug, was it Sunflower Samurai? He has a really dope music video out. It has, like, drone shots, kinds of stuff. Pastel. Field. What else do you want? You know? It's like Taylor Swift, but better.
What? Just compared my rap music video to Taylor Swift, but I'll take it as a compliment, so go check it out. Yeah. No, I get it.
Like
it's just funny that it's like Taylor Swift.
No.
That's funny.
I have so many friends that feel strongly about Taylor Swift. They're like, I hate Taylor Swift, I love Taylor Swift. And I'm like, I used to hate Taylor Swift because everyone was being misogynistic on social media, and they were like, Taylor Swift's a slut for having multiple boyfriends.
Oh, yeah.
And now I feel like if I dislike her, it's for my own reasons, and not for the fact that she's like a woman who's dated multiple people.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that doesn't really affect the music. So,
yeah.
Well, actually.
Well, no, I mean, when people were hating on Taylor Swift, they weren't necessarily hating on her music.
Yeah.
They were just be like, how dare a woman date multiple people in her life?
Yeah.
So, now, if I hate her, or hate something she does, it's like, I have a justified, like, reason. I'm not just, like, hating on her for her. If she does something bad, it's like, you know.
Yeah, and I've heard she's kind of like a diva and kind of rude, but like I really loved her last 2 albums, so I don't know. It doesn't really affect me.
Sometimes when I'm in the car, like driving, I'm just like, I'm in the mood for some Taylor Swift.
Sure.
You know, it's like pickles. Some people like them, some people hate them. You know, at the end of the day, it's pickles. It's Taylor Swift.
That's funny comparisons.
I kid you not.
Pickles are the Taylor Swift of food.
Yeah, like my biggest personality trait when it comes to writing is like metaphors. Like when I was writing on or what is it? Is it simile when you're comparing two things?
Simile is like or as, and metaphor is just is.
Yeah.
And like every line you use a simile or a metaphor. Dude.
Yeah.
It's really dope.
Like for example, on my last EP, Sentient Robot, there's a song.
Check it out. All streaming platforms.
Yeah, please do.
Dope as hell.
What was it? Zero Sugar.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Death and Artificial Sweeteners.
Yeah.
Because I just came up with this like in my head, and I was like, how can I compare them? How are they similar? At first it was like hell and some sugar, and then I was like, death, artificial sweeteners, energy drinks that I drink too much of, such as last night, and I literally couldn't sleep. Kids, do not drink multiple sources of caffeine in one day. Take it from an expert.
Unless you really want to.
I mean, if you want to, go ahead. Just be aware of the consequences.
Oh yeah, but I love caffeine too, so. I get it, man.
Sometimes like it affects me and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, really depends on the mood. Yeah, sometimes I'm too hyper and sometimes it chills me out. So like, it just depends how I'm feeling, you know?
Yeah, I always question if I have ADHD when it doesn't affect me because I've read that's like a side effect. But who has money to get a diagnosis?
Not me.
Not me, literally.
Just Google.
Another great original question that nobody's ever asked before. Do you like TikTok?
All right, let me break it down. So, TikTok was blowing up, and I was completely rejecting it. I was like, this is fucking stupid. It's just Vine, but worse. Didn't even download it. And then I saw people blowing up music-wise off of it, and I was like, because then I saw them in comments and stuff, and people were like, who's here from TikTok? I love you, my favorite TikToker. So you'll just always be known as like a TikTok rapper, a TikTok musician. I was like, I don't want that label. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just being stubborn and annoying, so let me download it. And I posted one singing video. I don't know if you saw it. And I did. It was alright. But I was waiting for another one, and I'm just like,
yeah,
no. Because my plan was just to like do covers and stuff. My plan was not to post my actual music on there, but to do covers and remixes on there, and just like keep that as a separate thing to build my own music career and keep them separate. But I started working on my album, and then I didn't have time. Yeah. So every once in a while, I'd try a cover, but I'd be like, I don't know. I don't want to. And plus, like, the whole visual aspect along with this song is kind of annoying to deal with. So.
Yeah, I just post, like, sad memes from my life, literally. If you go on my TikTok, that's all it is. Just, like, making fun of sad stuff.
Yeah.
People on TikTok are always like, stop making trauma your personality trait. And I'm like, well, currently, it's the biggest thing in my life. Yeah. So I am going to make fun of it. Yeah. You know, like when people are like, this made you a strong person. I'm like, it didn't. It didn't build my character. But if I make a joke, you should at least laugh about it. Yeah. You know, like show some respect.
It's like when you show me the depression memes. I'm like, literally, yes.
Right? It's just, you know, I'm like, yeah, I can appreciate that. On that same line, how many times am I going to use that phrase? I feel like a middle-aged journalist.
You know what? It's a good transition.
Along that vein.
Piggybacking off the last statement.
Oh, not the piggybacking. No. Okay, so the next question is the end of frog memes here? Because I remember when frog memes were they were insane. I'd go everywhere. I couldn't escape the frogs. And now, I don't know if, like, my algorithm has changed, but, like, I don't see as many, and I feel like the quality's a little bit lower. It makes me kind of sad.
I think people have moved on to other things, like DaBaby and Among Us. Like, I guess Frog. But you know what? I think people always come back to Frog. I think it's just so iconic that once in a while it just makes its return. I feel like it fills in the blanks when there's not another thing bigger than it. So we'll see Frog come back.
Yeah.
That's my weather report, that we'll see Frog come in and out.
I'm actually getting a frog tattoo added to my rainforest sleeve.
That's amazing.
So, but you know what? I might just like mess up the theme and like give him a cowboy hat, because it's all
the frog.
Yeah, because it's all supposed to be like neo-traditional, stupid. Like, I don't know. Sometimes, I love that shit. Sometimes I just love messing up themes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is all one thing. It's like, where did this come from?
I just decided I wanted an Eeyore tattoo the other day, but I don't know where I want to get it. It
suits you.
Yeah, I feel like Eeyore a lot.
Yeah, I have, as you can see, my bed is literally covered in stuffed animals. I actually just bought a new Squishmallow.
A what?
Squishmallow.
Squishmallow?
Do you know what that is?
No.
This is a Squishmallow. Most of the audience probably knows what it is, and if not, then you're uncultured swine. It's a giant, like, it's similar to a pillow pet, except you don't have to, like, close it.
It's just always a pillow.
It's a giant face. I have, like, 4 of them. My frog, Obi-Wan, is in the basement somewhere. Literally, I don't know. And
Obi-Wan.
Then I got Baby Yoda for Christmas.
Of course. Is he a backpack?
Yeah, but you can't
adorable.
really fit anything in him. And then I have a weighted shark from Target, because I went through this phase in my life where I was extremely anxious. Thanks, Mom and Dad. And so I would just carry this weighted shark everywhere. Like, it's super heavy.
Adorable.
Let me actually show you.
Do you like weighted blankets and shit?
I can't afford one. So original, right? But, like, it's, like,
oh, shit.
Hefty. Like, imagine you open the door and someone just throws it. Like,
dude, you could do some fucking damage with this.
I know, right? And
pretty dope, though. Kind of makes me feel safe.
Right?
No, I noticed when I'm actually sitting, like, in chairs, I like to have a pillow, like, on me just to, like, hug. Like, it just makes me feel safe.
Yeah. So, like,
just anxiety things.
I got into, like, plushies when I was older.
Yeah.
And now I'm, like, I'm a grown adult, and that's what is on my bed. Bunch of stuffed animals. This one, this giant rabbit, I actually used to take to high school with me every day.
Really?
Would people think I'm weird? Yes. But guess what they do in study hall? Can I borrow your rabbit? Can I borrow your Squishmallow? I want to take a nap. I'm like, you guys suck.
Yep.
You're just jealous of the drip.
Exactly.
Speaking of high school males, I've been wondering, is Rick and Morty only for incels?
I think okay, everyone who's a Rick and Morty fan isn't an incel, but every incel is a Rick and Morty fan. That's what I've come to.
I knew you were going to say that, and I completely agree with it. I hate when fandoms ruin stuff, because I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but anytime I meet a white guy who's a Star Wars fan, I'm like...
suck, dude.
I'm like...
Yeah, they're so basic.
What?
Yeah, they're just like vanilla white male.
Yeah, first of all, they don't know as much about it as they think they do, and they have this superiority. Is this the 4th time we've said superiority complex in this podcast?
I guess so.
Right there, we got the Boba Fett helmet.
Yeah.
It actually... I bought it at Kohl's. It came with a t-shirt inside it, which I have, and then I got the poster.
Yeah, I saw it. That's
right
dope.
There.
Sick.
I have a pair of shoes actually right there. You can see the green ones peeking out.
Oh yeah.
They look like his armor. I'm
do you like Boba Fett?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but like I'll meet an older man and I'm like, don't talk to me about Star Wars.
You ever read the novels?
Right.
You
played it's funny because
Old Republic. What's that video game called? Yeah.
Yeah. Was it Knights of the Old Republic?
Yeah, something like that, I think.
Yeah, and then there was Battlefront, and I'm like, look.
Yeah, Battlefront was the shit.
First of all, I did
Lego
read
Star Wars.
we got. I don't know whose ship this is. I don't know if it's Obi-Wan's or. But.
I forget. I think it's Anakin's.
Is it? I would be surprised.
I think Obi-Wan's the yellow one.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right. But like, why can't people just let other people enjoy it? It's like.
Yeah.
It's like, imagine if I came up to you and I was like, what's your favorite kind of tiger? I see you have a tiger on your hoodie.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, I don't know, a Bengal tiger?
But I actually used to be one of those kids, like, I hated when people wore, like, Nirvana shirts. And I'd come up to them and be like, name 10 Nirvana songs right now. Like, I'd be that person. Like,
I can name 2. Heart-Shaped Box and Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow, dude. You gotta check their shit out, man.
No. I know that they're, like, a great band and stuff. I'm not joking. But, like, I don't know. Do you ever have some, like, artists or movies or whatever people tell you to get into, and you don't have anything against it, you're just lazy and then you forget, and then people are like,
sometimes.
You
but this is Nirvana, dude. Like,
yeah, but
come on.
I don't know. my favorite band was like Red Hot Chili Peppers, but then
they're dope.
I found out that Anthony Kiedis admitted to being like a pedophile, and I was
what?
like, yeah.
What do you mean?
He talked about it in some interviews a while ago when he was 23. Apparently, he had
what was it, like 16,
incident
17-year-old
with a 15-year-old, and I was like,
yeah.
Obviously, everybody has their own, like, you want to deal with that however you want to, but I was just like,
Yeah, it's kind of shitty.
I mean, yeah, if a Red Hot Chili Peppers song came up on the radio, I would probably listen to it, but I don't know, it made me sad. But yeah, I don't know. That's another thing. When you like, I used to like exclusively listen to alternative bands.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, they're shitty people. And then it's like, you go to the it's funny because the one band who has remained true and faithful is Imagine Dragons. And I'm like,
oh my god.
And you wouldn't want it to be that way,
no.
right? But I have nothing.
I used to fuck with them though. So.
Right? But like, I have nothing to say against them as people.
Yeah, they seem fine.
They're
I
so
think artists
wholesome.
Just suck across the board.
Oh my
usually.
goodness. Tyler Joseph, did you see his platforms incident?
Who's Tyler Joseph? Wait, why does that sound familiar?
The singer of 21 Pilots.
Oh, wait, what? Platform accident?
So, when the Black Lives Matter protests were happening last year, people were asking him to use his platform, so he tweeted a picture. He said, to everyone who was asking me to use my platform, something like that, and he had these platform shoes on. He's like, I brought out my platform.
Wow, that's great timing, dude.
Right? And then he's like, I'm not apologizing, I'm doubling down on that tweet. And I was like...
You use your platform.
You could have just kept your mouth shut. He could have said nothing.
Yeah.
But, and I'm like, really?
No, that's fucking shitty, dude.
I can't believe I used to listen to your stupid little songs.
Yeah.
Was it, I ponder something great, my lungs will fill and then deflate. I'm like, no, I did not go through that cringe era as a 13-year-old just for you to like...
How dare you?
Other disappointing writers I would like to discuss. I think Kishimoto deserves the hate that Sakura gets.
Dude, no. Actually, I was with you on that. But actually, recently, my friend brought up something that I didn't know. Is like, in an interview, he just admitted, like, he's like, I don't know how to write female characters. I'm doing my best.
Like, he could have just asked anybody. He could have gone out to, like, a woman in his life.
He wanted to try it, though. He sucks at it.
Oh, my God. But he could have just been, like...
She was better in Shippuden, though.
Talk to his, I don't know, a female cousin or something. And been like, hey, I wrote this character. What do you think? And I'm just like...
But I think he wrote her better in Shippuden.
I agree, but people will...
He's also like, let's make her really strong.
Right? And I'm like, okay, did Sakura create herself, or did she get created by an author? Did a person write her?
Yeah.
You don't have to like Sakura. I'm like neutral about her, but I'm like, if Sakura was a person, she wouldn't, be like that on purpose.
Yeah.
Her author just sucked. Like, you don't have to write. It's like, recently, again, on TikTok, I've been seeing this thing where people try to highlight books written by people of color, minorities, queer people, and they're saying, like, white people don't have to write these books with, like, all this diversity in it, but, like, if you are, just do some research, like...
Yeah.
You don't have to, like, go out and be like, I have every single token character.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna write about something you're not familiar with, just, like,
And that's a thing where I think he just... was ill-informed. People are like, he's a sexist. It's like, no, he's just...
I just think he's bad at writing.
Yeah, he's just bad at writing female characters.
Yeah, but then again, he did write the same storyline for, like, every single villain.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, well, that's...
Am I mad about it? No.
Yeah, no.
No.
But I still haven't actually finished Shippuden, so...
Oh, my God.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, my God.
I haven't gotten past the pain arc. I haven't even seen the war arc.
Speaking of religious trauma, I used to think that Naruto was demonic, right?
Well, he does have a demon inside of him.
Right,
well,
but...
Not a demon.
So I was like, yeah, it's inappropriate. And then my brother started watching it, and I saw Gaara, and I was like...
Yes.
Oh,
dude.
My God.
All edgy characters appeal to me so much.
And then I saw Kakashi and Pain, also known as Yahiko, and I was like, okay, this may be demonic, but I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I have to watch a show. These characters look so cool. Yeah, I mean, Gaara has permanent under-eye circles. Like,
yeah.
How much more relatable can you get? It's just so cool. But
are you Christian, though? Or, like, were you just raised Christian, so back then
I'm just, like, a recovering religious person. I don't know. I'm just, like, a blob floating in space. Right?
I love that. Just an amorphous blob.
But I do love making fun of the way I was raised. You know what they say? religious people raise atheists more than atheists raise atheists.
Religious? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because, like, they're like, true. Let's just go overboard so that you don't have anything to do with this.
Yeah.
But then we're going to judge you if you use our imagery because we own it. Mm-hmm. We own exclusive rights to the devil. You know, with, like, Lil Nas X's new song? They're like, how dare you use it?
Did you see those shoes that he made?
I need to watch the video and the whole song, so I don't want too many spoilers, but I did see the shoes, yes.
But did you see the backstory of the shoes?
No.
They're, like, over-the-top demonic. Like, there's 666 pairs. They're $1,018 each, which is a reference to, like, a Bible verse talking about the devil. There's a drop of human blood in each pair. And there's a pentagram on the front of it.
I just want to know why.
It's so over the top.
I don't think pentagrams are even demonic, but, like, why do they have a drop of human blood? Like, did the worker in the making it, they, like, just get a knife and they're like...
They sacrifice one worker in the factory for human blood. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird.
But, like, honestly, like, I don't know. Because of the way I was raised, I also have, like, issues with, like, I can't watch scary movies or anything. That's not necessarily related to the way I was raised, but, like, when it comes to, like, scary movies or even things that aren't scary that, like, are very dark, that have a religious tone to it, I'm just like, I can't. But I never judge people for doing that.
Yeah.
And if you get persecuted by something and then you want to use it to your own advantage, like, how are people going to get mad at that?
Yeah, go
like,
ahead.
Are you going to exclude me from this for all of history? But then, like, I can't use it in a music video?
Yeah, that's some bullshit.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
What a victim, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, back to art. Specifically you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about Sunflower Samurai.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed the video, the song. What was, like, the vibe with that song?
Yeah, so basically Jack, the director, the vibe with the song or the video?
Anything related to it.
Okay, so the song came about because my friend Scapegoat, he was also in the group chat that Eventually made. I made so many connections.
World famous group chat.
Yeah, dude. Like, there's not as many people now, but, like, it's really close-knit now. Like, we're all super close-knit and good friends and people. But he was in the group chat a while ago. And recently, like, he reached out to me and he's like, yo, like, because he sings. He does, like emo stuff. Like, yeah. No, that's just the way to put it. Yeah. But he's like, yo, like, I don't really rap, but I love making, like, boom bap, like, really rappy type beats. So can I just, like, give them to you? And I'm like, yes. And that was the first beat he sent me. And I was like, holy fucking shit, this is tough, dude. And it samples, like, one of my favorite anime, Samurai Champloo, in it. So I was like, yeah, I gotta make something with this. And then the video came about just because Jack, the director, hit me up. He's like, I like Hayabusa. I take pictures, but I'd love to start getting into videos. I, too, am a fan of Hayabusa. Thank you. Appreciate that. But then Jack was just, he hit me up, and he did pictures, and he's like, I want to try a music video. Do you have anything in mind? And this is before Sunflower Samurai was out, so I just sent it to him. He's like, bet, let's work. We made that. So, yeah.
Dude, I get so nervous about music videos when a director asks me, like, what is your idea? And I'm like, I was gonna walk around.
Yeah. I was gonna move my hands to the music
camera.
and look at the camera.
I need to, but, like, I actually have a music video I'm gonna film with Tina. But this one actually has, like, it's kind of like a hyperpop song. So, like,
dope.
I will be using emotion. I know it's crazy. You're going to see me on a camera and you'll be like, I don't know who this is.
Dude, I've always thought the hyperpop direction was going to be awesome for you. Like, I always thought it fits you. Like, I always thought you could do really good at it.
Dude, I was so scared of hyperpop. Like, before I started, my friend Jordan, a.k.a. Moss Honor, shout out Moss Honor, great producer, great person. He, like, made these beats and I was like, I can't write to them. And then I, like, wrote to one and then I wrote to another one and then I was like, wait.
I can write to
I think I did something,
yeah.
right? And so I'm actually working on a hyperpop EP now.
Let's go. I can't wait to hear that.
But, yeah, so that's just, like, I was thinking about, like, music videos. Like, I don't know, I get nervous talking to directors. Even when I was talking to Hassan, I was like, I was like, so over-prepared. Like, I made a mood board, like, a color scheme, like, weather and everything.
Dope.
I was like, that's why I don't freestyle, because I'm too much of a perfectionist.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
I can't. People are like, just do it. I'm like, no, you do it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go spit some bars. I like the song Views from the 215 you recently did with Miguel. And there's just so much, like, energy on that. I don't know. I feel like I'm at a concert when I'm listening to it.
Yeah, that was
Is that what you guys were going for?
Yeah. That's why we use something like 80 vocal tracks for that, just to give it like this huge layered, explosive vibe, and we were screaming on the ad-libs.
Every time you post, I swear to God, you're like 347 tracks later. My song is made. Yeah. Like I'll go on your story and you're scrolling and it's just like little tracks.
Because I love just like layers and harmony and all that shit. Like that's my favorite shit about music. That's why I think I'm drawn to like soul music and stuff like that, because and jazz, like there's so many different parts moving around and stuff. I love that about music.
It's like an orchestra, but it's like just one person.
Yeah.
My favorite song off of Hayabusa was definitely Cherry Red 150. So I just want to know as much as I can about it, because I literally just listen to it like all the time. I don't know if it's because it's another song with you and G-Hop on it, but like...
Yeah, we never miss together, I'm not gonna lie.
It's like a great duo. Like, I don't know how you do it.
So, with that song, it's, I don't know if you know this, but it's actually, I don't know if you know Big Pun, the rapper?
No.
No? Wow.
As a rapper, I know nothing about rap. Sure, I'm that person.
Yeah, I got it.
I'm so uneducated.
So, Big Pun... he was a Puerto Rican New York rapper from the 90s, and he's one of the best rappers of all time in my opinion. And he has a song called It's So Hard, and it opens up and he says, "You can catch me in a cherry red 150." And like, I've always wanted to reference that because I fucking love the way he says it. And
is that a car?
Yeah, it's an Ford F-150.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, that gives it a whole... I would not think of, like, a Ford F-150.
Yeah, no, that's the point of the song, because he's this is after he's rich and blown up, but he's like, I'm still just driving around in a Ford truck.
I don't know. I thought you guys were talking about, like, a convertible or some shit.
Nah. That's why G-Hop says, I feel like I'm Wait, what's he say?
Yeah, see, I didn't know what he... I couldn't hear what he was saying.
I go big on big.
So I was always like, I don't know. Sometimes he says stuff and it just goes over my head.
Yeah.
But now I know.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've always wanted to make a song like that. And then my producer, 408, sent over a beat, and I was like, you can catch me in a cherry red 150. And I, like, that just came to my head with it. So I was like, let's make it that song. And actually, I sent it to G-Hop and Pretender. Because sometimes you send a song to multiple artists to see what they do, see who gets back to you. And they were both taking a very long time to respond. And they both sent their verse back at the same time.
Wow.
And they were both fucking hard. So I made the song incredibly long, like just like too long, because I gave them both long ass verses and just put them together and made a dope ass song. So yeah.
I'm not gonna say that I get to G-Hop's verse and then when he's done I restart the song, but I might do that sometimes.
Yeah.
I do like the other verse as well. It's really good. But like as soon as I'm just like restart it, and then the song's done, I'm like restart it.
Yeah, G went crazy.
It's funny because I feel like I'm his biggest fan, but like I've literally never met him.
You never met G?
I saw him one time at Walmart, but he was several lines down, so I feel like it'd be weird if I like got out of line and then walked all the way down to say hi. And then I saw him leaving Target by Guest Services, but I was also at work, and I'm like, damn.
You should. If
you see him again, I was like, I saw you at work, nice mohawk.
No, he's a cool ass dude too. So.
I know his sister pretty well, but like I don't know.
They're both cool as shit and incredibly talented. So
yeah, she's so funny. She has so much personality.
I love her. Yeah, man. And she's crazy at directing. And honestly, the craziest part is she hasn't even been doing it that long.
That's why
she got so good so quick.
When it was Balenciaga Bummin'.
Yeah.
She did that one. And, like,
I think that was her first video.
And I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean this is your first video?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, that would take you 7 years to get to that level.
She works. Like, she's just hunched over her laptop for hours.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time I Snapchat her, she's like...
Yeah, working.
Editing. And she's like, yeah, it sucks. I'm like, nah, bullshit. I know it's going to come out great.
She's a perfectionist. So.
Oh, yeah. I know what that feels like. Like, I've written and rewritten so many songs.
Really?
Yes.
I have a rule about that where I try not to do that as much as possible.
It's usually in the early stages, but sometimes I'm like, why did I write that? That literally sucked. And then I do it again, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I still don't like it, but...
Now I don't like it less.
I'm so self-critical.
Yeah,
so sometimes
you're your worst critic.
I just have to let someone else hear it, and like, if they think it's good, then I'm like... It could be a random person who knows nothing about music, but if they're like, oh, I like it, I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna release it now.
Yep.
So you've mentioned recently on your story 2 artists who recently passed away who had a very formative, like, were part of your formative experience as an artist. MF Doom and Six Dogs.
Dude.
So why don't you tell people like myself,
Mm-hmm.
like if you had to give them an introduction, because I knew who MF Doom was,
Yeah.
but I'd never heard of Six Dogs, and
Really?
I feel like a lot of times with artists like that, you only hear about them after they die.
Yeah.
So like, give them their moment in the spotlight.
So I could talk about Doom forever. So let me just talk about Six Dogs. What's the one song? Cream soda Fago, yeah, I'm still dreaming. Have you heard that? I don't know the reason. Finna wake 'em all up.
I mean, I'm gonna go listen to it after this.
Hard as shit. I thought it was Sway Lee the first time I heard it. He sounds like Sway Lee on that. But like I heard it and I was like, this shit is crazy. So I had to look him up. And he's like 16 years old. He made it all from his bedroom, like his first project, and it was all just bangers.
Those are literally the coolest people ever to
me.
I'm like, you were just at home in your room and you're like, let me make a masterpiece?
Yeah.
Like, what?
And there's this crazy backstory where like his household was like super religious, like crazy Christian, and they didn't want him to like make music because it was like demonic, so they like took his recording stuff away.
Well, I paid for my stuff, but my parents aren't gonna take it now. But
good.
If I bought it earlier, maybe.
Yeah. So Six Dogs was just really dope, and like Vito and all of them liked him too. Like we just played a lot of his shit. He was just super fucking dope. He seemed like a cool person. So yeah, rest in peace, Six Dogs. But then Doom, man, like Doom is, I don't even know how to talk about Doom. Like it's crazy that I have to talk about him posthumously because he was like one of the biggest influences, not even on me musically, just my life, dude. Like that was such a changing point in history when my friend introduced me to him. I was like 13 and I was like, people can rap like this, like music can sound like this. Like it changed everything. And he's like one of my favorite artists of all time, and the fact that he's gone, like, man, and he hasn't released a solo album since like 2009. So I've been waiting for music from him like my entire life. So yeah. R.I.P. to Doom too. So yeah.
You must have a lot of friends with good taste though.
Oh yeah.
When I was like 13, the only like person who I was like, oh, they can rap like this is Eminem, and now that I listen to him, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, I don't. Like, I'm now one of those people that clowns Eminem. I'm like, I'm sorry, but what is going on here?
Oh, like his music releases now?
Yeah, but still, I'm like, yes, you may have made some clever stuff, but sometimes I feel like he tries too hard, and like, can he make a song you can vibe to? Debatable.
I don't know if he can anymore.
I don't know. Like,
Sometimes I'll throw on Stan and just vibe out.
If I feel like really toxic, maybe. But I can never just be chill and like imagine you're just in a car and someone just turns on Eminem and like, I'm like, get out.
Yeah, I don't have that experience.
Exactly, right? Like, I don't know. I just feel like it would kill the vibe.
Yeah.
Speaking of vibes and people with vibes, you have had a lot of different hairstyles.
Yeah.
So,
I guess so. Is
there any meaning behind like the eras of different hairstyles? Because I know you had red hair for the
that was for Hayabusa. Yeah, that was for that.
I like to tell people that like, oh, this color means something to me, but like it doesn't. I'm like, I don't know, purple.
Just like whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, do you ever like think about that when you're growing your hair out or whatever? Like I always think of it in terms of visuals. I'm like, oh, for like this cover art or like it gotta match the music video or whatever.
I just like switching it up. I think just long hair looks different and it's fun. But then after a while, I'll be like, let me shave it. That's something new. That'll be fun too.
Oh my goodness! Yeah. I shaved my head like 3 times in January.
It's fun, dude. It feels freeing.
Yeah, I was like, I'm sad. Yeah, it's like midnight, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I sent you that picture.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like, time to cope in a healthy way.
So yeah, one day it's actually so funny. Like one day Vito picked me up and he was like, "Yo, do you want me to shave your head and dye it?" I'm like, "Yeah." So we just picked up hair dye, and his mom cuts his hair usually, so they already had clippers. So he just shaved my head and dyed it right. I'm like, yes. So that was fun. This for Hayabusa.
I've only ever had one person shave my head, which was Le Parfait.
Oh, word.
But this time, my brother's coming next week, so I was like, do you want to bleach my hair? And he was like, sure. So I actually ordered the hair dye.
Yeah.
Hopefully I don't look weird. But
are you just bleaching it, or are you dyeing something?
I'm dyeing it green. So I got a shade of yellow and green from Arctic Fox. I've never had a green mullet before. So the fun thing about a mullet is from a distance. Are you growing out a mullet right now? Yes.
That's awesome.
From a distance, you're like, is this a redneck?
Yeah.
Is this a socialist? Like,
can't tell.
You can't.
Nope.
So like from a distance, you're safe from everybody, and then you get close, and they're like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Mullets are dope, dude. I might do a mullet someday.
I mean, all you have to do is just cut the sides.
Yeah.
You're like 80% there.
Yeah. Well, I want to grow this out for a while, so.
Yeah. No, you can have a long mullet. It would technically be a shag, I think.
A shag.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm on salon Instagram too much. But, yeah, I think
maybe someday.
Cool.
Yeah.
Release a country album with Taylor Swift.
Honestly, let's just even do country anymore, dude. But, like, honestly, I might do a country album one day.
Bluegrass.
Just test it. Yeah.
What if you just, like, rapped over country beats?
I think Lil Nas X has already done that.
Yeah, no, but I mean, it doesn't have to be
What if
original.
I just did?
Yeah, like...
I could try it.
Like, I now rap over so many different types of beats that I'm, like... I don't know. Like, right now, I'm also working on a different project. My friend Nightfall, they produced Deja Vu, which I just released on Friday.
Yeah.
So I'm making, like, a whole project because I bought some of their beats.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm making, like, that type of music. And it's, like, usually you wouldn't hear someone rapping over that. And the reason is, A, because most people who do that type of music can sing. And I'm not one of those people. And second of all, I don't know. If I, like, don't rap on a song, I'm like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Like, I physically... No.
Gotta
I think Cherry Blossom, one of my unreleased songs that I did recently, I actually found this producer on Twitter, and I, like, found his one beat. It was, like, I think it said future type beat or something, and I was like, I don't know if this sounds like Future, but I liked it. It was vibey, but that's, like, the closest I've ever come to, like, singing on a song.
Yeah.
I just, like, step away from it. I'm like, if it's not drowned in autotune, I don't want to be a part of it. Like, autotune is amazing. I used to, like, clown people who used so much autotune. And now I'm one of those people.
Yeah. Autotune's fun to use sometimes, yeah.
Like, whether it sounds natural or not, I literally don't care.
It just sounds cool.
As long as it sounds good. So, I know we already discussed anime and Star Wars, but let's just do it again.
Yeah.
Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah.
What's going on with that?
Dude, I don't know.
If you had to rank it, like...
In my, like, anime list? It's probably, like, at the bottom of my top 10. Nah. Yeah, it's probably, like, number 10. Probably, like, my 10th favorite, maybe. Maybe a little higher. Probably between, like, 10 and 8. Somewhere in there. Yeah.
I like Hunter x Hunter, and then I remember that Hisoka exists, and I'm like... Hisoka?
Yeah, the best character.
No,
yes.
Dude, he's creepy.
In the best way.
He's literally
I love him.
So creepy.
Dude, no, he's the best.
If I met him in public, I would, like, use pepper spray on him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, he's a pedophile.
Yeah, he's
like,
so
literally.
weird. He's so
but
weird.
He's awesome and mysterious. And, like, super strong, and his power is cool. And his design is amazing.
I do like his powers, but, like, you know what? The only reason that Illumi is redeemable is because... He was like, if you go after Killua, I'm gonna kill you. That was his one.
It's not because he loves him.
No, I don't.
It's because he wants to use him as a tool. Like,
yeah, but
fuck that guy.
Dude, when he had the pin, he just like took the pin out, and I was like, what?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It was so creepy.
But dude, like, I just.
Have you finished Hunter x Hunter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Finished. Because like it just stops.
Yeah,
randomly.
and I'm so mad. So mad. But what's the guy's name? Don't remember. Meruem, do not like him at all, but his relationship with the little girl, I was like...
Well, I don't like him, but I think he's one of the best developed villains, like,
he
ever.
Was literally, from the moment of his birth, the biggest
a douchebag,
ever.
yeah.
His mom was like, is she there? He's like, fuck that bitch. I was like, what?
But he's dope, dude.
I really like Colt. I feel like he's underrated.
Yeah.
He's kind of a goody-goody, but I don't know. Maybe it's because I like the little kid, like the human version of him. Mm-hmm. And like when he chimera-sized, like it was cool.
Yeah.
He also has a cool haircut.
Facts.
I don't like Cheetah. The Cheetah was just the cheetah ant. You know what I'm talking about? I just really don't like them.
Yeah. They're kind of annoying.
Yeah,
I'm just kind of indifferent. I don't even think about the cheetah ant. Like,
yeah, right.
They don't take up space in my mind.
I go like really in depth with that stuff.
Yeah.
I like the chairman. I feel like he had really big earplugs before because his ears are like so big.
Yeah.
So I want to know, like,
he's fucking cool.
Did he go up to like a 00? Like, I have stretched ears, so like now I'm like a stretched ear nerd.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know.
It's just dope.
I always think about when characters have piercings in movies and TV shows, and it's been like 7 years and they're on a desert planet, and their cartilage piercing is in perfect shape. Who thought that was a good idea?
That's funny as shit, dude. I would have never thought about that.
I go one day without using saline spray on my piercings, and, like, they get infected. Damn. Like, the other day, I took my nose piercing out for 5 minutes, and it got infected. Literally 5 minutes. Dude. I had to, like, shove it back in, and it was like, yeah.
Yeah, I want piercings, but that shit's just, like, a lot of work, dude. So.
Just start with your lobes.
Nah. I kind of want to do just, like, a nose piercing, maybe.
You could. See, I've always wondered. I feel like that's, like, people that just get, like, a hand tattoo.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you really went for it.
Yeah. Right.
Like, you really went for it.
Just went all the way.
You should get your bridge pierced.
My bridge?
Right here.
Oh, no,
people,
dude.
It scares everybody.
Those. Yeah.
It scares people. They're like, oh my god.
I just don't like the way it looks either. Like,
I think it looks good
creepy.
on certain people. But, like...
Not for me.
You know what I've also realized? There's this stupid standard of, like, if someone sees an attractive person with a piercing, they're like, this looks good on you. And then they see the same exact piercing on someone who they think is, like, ugly. And they're like, that looks so bad on you. Like, you look so stupid. And I'm like, you don't even care about the piercing on the attractive person. You just wanted a chance to compliment them.
That's a very good point.
Because I didn't realize I thought about that subconsciously until I would see someone that I thought was attractive with a piercing, and I was like, maybe I should get it.
Yeah.
Like, I used to be the person that was like, oh, people have so many piercings, they're so ugly. Right. And then I was like, wait, don't I have, like, 7 piercings? Like, literally. Yeah. I took out this one in my lip because it kept getting infected. But after, like, the COVID restrictions are up, I'm going to get snake bites. And then,
those are dope.
But I'm going to get them as vertical labres because I didn't know, because the one piercer I went to didn't tell me. You can get it, like, through this part of your lip, and it doesn't go inside your mouth, so it doesn't ruin your teeth.
That's actually pretty fucking dope.
Right? And then I'm going to take this piercing out in my eyebrow and get, like, centered ones. I'm going to basically look like Pain. That's what I'm going to do. Dude. I'm going to be, like, an anime villain. But I also had my industrial pierced, and they told me that I had the anatomy for it, but I didn't. So if you notice, I only have one now. I had to take out the other one. What
does that mean you don't have the anatomy for it?
So this part right here was growing around the bar because basically if this part is, like, curved, it grows around the bar. It has to be, like, flat like that kind of. So that's what I get for not going to a really good piercer.
Yeah.
But
shit's kind of scary. How your shit can get infected and fucked up.
You should get a septum piercing. That's what you should do. They're
good, man.
They're literally the most painless piercing ever. Like,
I'm not even worried about the pain. I just don't want it too many piercings on. Like, I love piercings on other people. I think they look dope, but I feel like I just want
2.
I don't know. I don't know. I just want a nose piercing.
No, see, I said that when I first started, so
you get addicted
we'll see how it goes.
I'm on my tattoo wave now. Like, I'm always thinking of new tattoo.
Don't you just have one?
Yeah, no, but dude, if I had money for it, I'd be covered already. Like, they're just expensive.
See, the hardest part for me about saving money is not getting tattoos. Because I already have, like, 70% of my left sleeve done. I started my right sleeve. I have a butterfly right here. I have one that has to get covered up. Kids, I know this sounds like common sense, but I didn't have it when I was 18. Do not get a matching tattoo if that person isn't there with you in the room also getting that tattoo. That's just stupid.
Wait, what does that mean?
So I got this tattoo, and the other person said they were going to get it too at a separate time.
Mm-hmm.
And did they? No. So now I just have this stupid tattoo that, like, I have to get covered up.
What is it?
It's Stitch from Lilo and Stitch.
That's pretty cute.
It is, but now I don't like Stitch anymore because it reminds me of that person because their whole personality was Stitch. Like, everything. Like lanyards, like, shirts, whatever. That was just their whole personality. So.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Gotta be careful who you get matching tattoos with.
Yeah.
Mine's a matching tattoo.
Yeah, I saw that.
I fucking love Philip, so I hope.
That was pretty cool, though. Like, it's not. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like you would
and
still
even if, like, I hated Philip, like, this still has meaning to me.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It didn't have any meaning to me because I'm always the person that in friendships I'm always like, I give more than I take.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, we don't have to get my favorite character. We can get your favorite character that I don't care about at all. Like, just doesn't matter.
Y'all should have got, like, your character, you pick one and then they're, like, hugging or fist bumping or something.
I know, right? But no. Now I do have my favorite character right here, so.
Hello Kitty?
Yep.
That's fire.
I have a ton of tattoos. But, like, you wouldn't know. I feel like I don't, like, people... I'll always see people with a bunch of tattoos at work, and I'm like, I want to talk to you about tattoos, but, like, I'm wearing long sleeves. You're probably going to think I'm, like, a weirdo.
Yeah.
Because, but maybe I should get a neck tattoo so they'll be like...
Dude, I definitely want face tattoos eventually, though.
What is it gonna be?
I don't want to reveal it. But, like, I'm gonna do it after...
No, but I mean, is it gonna be, like something unique, or is it just...
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
To me, yeah.
So, like, I'm not gonna see people walking around, like...
No.
Laying still with that.
No, I'm not getting Eeyore on my face.
No,
But that would be fucking hard, dude.
It would.
If I just got Eeyore on my cheek.
Every time I try on a filter with face tattoos, I'm like, the universe.
You could rock them, dude.
I know, and I'm like, not yet, not. Your time has not arrived yet.
Yeah, gotta
like,
wait.
It is very difficult. We got so sidetracked.
I'm
not even gonna discuss Attack on Titan because I haven't started it, so I feel like it would just be, I don't know, a little weird. I do want to talk about Satine, though.
Satine?
Satine from the Clone Wars. Obi-Wan's girlfriend. Did you watch the Clone Wars?
Of course, but I don't remember that.
You don't, dude.
But Darth sounds Maul, so familiar.
Darth Maul killed her in front of Obi-Wan.
Oh, right!
I was gonna say, I'm not gonna...
Dude, I haven't even seen season 2 of Mandalorian. I'm not even caught up on Mandalorian.
I can't.
I'm not caught up. I've been waiting to watch it with my dad, but like we just haven't had the time to get together and do that.
Yeah,
so I'm probably just gonna watch it by
myself.
myself.
As my relationship was with my parents, we've watched. Me and my mom have watched both seasons of Mandalorian.
That's dope. Is your mom into like Star Wars stuff, or did you drag her into
I dragged her into it. Yeah. And then right now we're also watching the Snoopy show.
The Snoopy show?
Yeah, I also have a Snoopy tattoo.
Interesting. I didn't know he had his own show.
Yeah, it's new. Like, Apple TV bought the rights to the Peanuts
Which
game.
pissed me off because
I
now
know,
you can't see.
Too.
Charlie Brown Christmas is my favorite Christmas movie, and I can't watch it every year now.
I feel like they should just, like, on that day, forget about it. To be like, here you go.
Yes.
Here's the free subscription.
But also, they probably bought it for that day because that's when the Peanuts is watched the most.
It is so annoying. So, do you think that Corky is Satine and Obi-Wan's kid?
I don't know.
I feel like the animators knew what they were doing with his character design, and they were like, let's make someone who looks exactly like them.
Maybe, yeah.
And have his parentage just be really vague.
That's a good point.
Like, I think there's this one scene where she's like, you think with your chin like your father does. And I was like,
yeah.
That she's talking about Obi-Wan.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I just want that to be canon.
I think they're just going to keep it heavily implied.
But in the Darth Vader series, Obi-Wan's going to be in there. I heard. Ewan McGregor stars in it, so...
Wait, they're making a Darth Vader series?
How did you not know this?
I thought they were making a fucking Obi-Wan series.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's in it. Yeah.
I thought it was just called Kenobi, though.
They're making a show called Kenobi. I'm pretty sure, yeah, he's in it. Darth...
Do you mean Darth Vader's in Kenobi? I know they're making a show called Kenobi.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Do I have my sources wrong?
I don't know, dude.
Oh, okay. Well, he's rumored to be getting his own Disney Plus series, but I think...
okay.
Wait, well, he was... They were in talks, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah. I thought he was mentioned... Hayden Christensen was mentioned in it, but...
That'd be dope.
But, yeah. Anyway. Well, if he has his own show, he can obviously talk about his son.
Yeah.
So, he better. What if he's like a deadbeat dad? No, not another cartoon deadbeat dad.
We don't need more of those.
No, we do not.
No.
What's your opinion on Padme staying with Anakin after he slaughtered the Sand People?
I think that's true love. I think that's what that is.
Oh my god, no.
It's kind of fucked up, but...
I think it was just completely toxic, but I feel like it flipped, though. It went from Padme being the toxic one to Anakin.
Yeah.
And she was like,
she was toxic. How
dare you take after me and be a piece of shit?
Yeah. They're both pieces of shit. That's why they work for each other.
Wasn't it like he was like 7 and she was like 15 when they met?
Yeah, something like that.
No.
That's funny to think about.
That's like a middle schooler going up to you and be like, I'm going to marry you one day. And you're like, yeah, okay, cool.
Bet. You're hot. Hit me up when you're evil.
So weird.
Also, I think... people hate on Hayden Christensen as Anakin way too much. I think he did
a really good job, especially when you look at Clone Wars. Like,
well, did he voice for Anakin?
I don't think so.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
but
his nose looked a little weird too. Did that ever bother you?
What?
His nose design in Clone Wars.
I don't think I noticed it, dude.
No, I don't know. It was like really pointed. He had like a little snub nose.
Oh yeah.
But he didn't in the TV show. But maybe they modeled him a little bit after the voice actor.
Yeah, probably.
Because sometimes they do that.
Yeah.
Speaking of underrated Star Wars characters, Grand Admiral Thrawn. Have you seen Rebels?
I have not.
Okay. Well, then I'm not gonna bring him up.
Yeah.
But I think if you watch it, he will quickly become one of your favorite Star Wars characters.
Bet. Thrawn.
I mean, he's blue. Like, what else do you want?
That's all you need from me. That's all my check
Like,
boxes.
he's so cool. And, like, I always heard it discussed on Instagram posts. And then, like, I watched it and I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And I think Ezra is getting his own show, so he'll probably show up.
Bet.
Like,
cool.
Wait, was it season 1 or 2 when they have... No, because I don't want to spoil season 2, because I don't remember what happened in season 2.
Please don't.
So,
just don't say anything.
But if you watch season 2, you'll understand a little bit about Thrawn. Cool. Favorite Jedi and Sith?
I think Mace Windu... Or no.
I feel
Qui-Gon's my favorite Jedi.
I feel like Mace Windu is the worst example of a Jedi.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
he acts more like a dark side user than
yeah. I think I just like him because he's a dick and a badass.
No,
I think Qui-Gon's
cool,
my favorite.
But I don't think he, like, when I think of a Jedi, I don't think of Mace Windu.
Yeah. He's not a good representation.
I mean, I just think of Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
Like,
and I just love Samuel L. Jackson, so...
he's just playing himself.
So Qui-Gon.
So what about a Sith?
If
you say Snoke, you're gonna
no,
walk home.
I hate Snoke, dude.
I hate that there's people out there that probably have him as their favorite character.
That's disgusting. Maybe Darth Maul. I really like how they handled him in Clone Wars, honestly.
I just think he's like the coolest character.
And edgy characters just appeal to me, man, especially as a kid. I just love edgy shit. So he's this red and black guy with all black, and he's got a double-sided red lightsaber, dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, my friend from work, she doesn't work at Target anymore. Isis, shout out to Isis. She had a Darth Maul comic, and I read it at her house, and it was so cool. It was, I think it was actually during the events of the Clone Wars, but it was just stuff that wasn't discussed in the show.
About him.
So good.
I think I actually read that, dude.
With his brother.
Yeah. I read that. Dope as hell.
I get mad how they pronounce his name, though. Savage.
Oh, yeah.
Savage Opress? Yeah. Really?
Well, they can't just call him Savage.
Why not?
That won't be subtle.
But, I mean...
And Savage sounds cool.
Why didn't they call him Savage Opress, then? Like...
That's actually a good point, yeah. They should have. You're right. No, you're right.
Another Sith that I like is, what's her name? Asajj Ventress.
Yeah.
Dope as hell.
I love her.
Especially as I got towards the end of the Clone Wars, I had so much appreciation for her.
I was very attracted to her as a kid for some reason.
I mean, she is an attractive character, but also, like, seeing her maturity and stuff like that. I mean, obviously, she's never going to be, like, your protagonist or whatever, but she definitely...
pretty dynamic.
Especially with, like, this... Wait, did you see Season 7 of Clone Wars?
I don't know.
It's the one that just came out. Like,
no.
Okay.
No.
You gotta catch up.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
gonna
only
give
watched
you
it
any
as a
spoilers.
kid on Cartoon Network.
I'm not gonna be that person.
Yeah.
But you will come to appreciate her more during that.
Bet.
Oh yeah, I just have written down here Anakin Padme age gap, but we already discussed that. What about when Count Dooku was silent before he died? Do you feel like that was just like unrealistic or what?
I feel like what that meant is like maybe it was part of the plan for him to die in some way or some deeper thing.
I don't think that's very Sith though.
Yeah.
That seems like a very Jedi way of looking at things. Because the Jedi are all about like, let me sacrifice my life for the cause. Yeah. And the Sith are like, what cause? I am the cause.
Fuck you, yeah.
Literally. They're so weird. They're always like training someone and then that person kills them. And then
well, there's a name for that literally. Like it's expected. Yeah. Rule 2.
Which was invented by Darth Bane. I didn't finish the second book. I gotta go to the Lionsdale Library finish the second book. But his was it Junebug or Rain that was his Padawan? She was cool.
I forget.
It was so sad in her origin story. She was protected by like these jellyfish like aliens, and then the intruders like killed the jellyfish people and her cousin, so she like slaughtered them. She had never used the Force before. She was like, and I was like, the jellyfish people. It was sad. Like they were just trying to protect her, and
poor jellyfish people.
And Darth Bane was like, yo kid, you want to kill some people?
You're kind of cool, dude.
Right? Yeah.
Roll with me.
They're so weird. They're like, I know the Sith are predatory and stuff, but they never try to like tell the kid they're like messed up or wrong. Yeah. They're like, I know you're weird. I know you're messed up, and that's exactly why I want you. Yeah. Like, let's just go make you stronger. And his weird crab armor. You should definitely read that novel. Bet. Yeah. Star Wars novels read pretty well.
Yeah.
And I find it funny when they just, instead of saying, like, regular words, they make up a Star Wars term for it.
Dope. Yeah.
Just, I don't know. It's like when you talk to someone from a different state.
Yeah.
Right? And they just had, like, hoagies versus subs.
Yeah,
like
shit like that.
Like, it's a sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Bread, vegetables.
Meat.
I mean, I'm a vegetarian, so I don't eat meat, but yeah.
Gotcha.
It's really weird because it's basically just a cheese sandwich at that point.
Yeah,
like a
with
really,
veggies.
really big cheese sandwich.
Yep.
What's your opinion on Reylo? Rey and Kylo Ren?
Yeah. That was weird, dude.
That
whole movie felt so rushed and put together.
Yes, but I just hated that they treated it like that. They're like, I know we were trying to kill each other, but you looking kind of cute.
Yo, but okay.
I was like,
but it's not like...
Nah.
It's kind of like that. It was kind of hinted at that they had some sort of bond and connection.
But
obviously.
they didn't have chemistry. That's
no,
yeah. How are you gonna have a dyad in the Force and zero chemistry?
And you're awkward as hell. That kiss was like, ugh.
Yeah, it would have been so much better without it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'm like, how a dyad in the Force, like, you can't get more connected than that, and they still had no chemistry.
Mm-hmm. Weird.
Nah. You know who did have chemistry? Finn and Poe. So much chemistry. They did. You can't deny it. They were just...
I don't think so.
they had way more chemistry than
Reylo.
Reylo.
Yeah.
But they were like, it's just a 2-second lesbian kiss at the end of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in like China they cut it out, so that's why they made it so. They're like, let's make it small enough that like.
Yeah.
You just. Beep. Yeah, I hate when I'm talking to people about diversity in Star Wars and stuff, and they're like, so we got talking blobs, people who can throw things with their mind, but no minorities, no queer people.
Yeah.
Like Lord of the Rings. Have you seen Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, of course.
And it's like, literally, everyone is white. Literally, everybody. And I'm like...
Except the orcs.
The only thing that redeems it, though, is that it was written so long ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
True.
So, like, if... Maybe in the live-action series that's being developed on Amazon, we'll get...
Yeah.
They'll throw in a little melanin in there.
Something. Yeah.
A little splash.
Mm-hmm.
I do hate The Hobbit. I just wanted to say that. The book was great.
Yeah.
The movies, so bad.
The first one was but then the last two I didn't like at all.
The
first one had like moments where it was like, yeah, this is funny.
When they had, I don't know if it was Philly or Killy and Tario, like, I'm like, you're trying to do Aragorn and Arwen again, but way worse. And then the White Warg and Azog with his, like, pitchfork arm. You're telling me he didn't have gangrene and tetanus?
Right. Yeah.
You ever tried shoving
the little details you think about, dude. That's so funny.
Why would you put a pitchfork in your arm?
Because it's cool. It looks dope.
No, it's like when they're carrying Anakin out in the acidic rain, he's like, ah! Mm-hmm. Like, no sheet for you. Nah. He's so self-loathing, though. That's probably why I relate to Darth Vader so much.
Yeah.
He was like, I refuse to have a better suit. I deserve this pain.
Oh, yeah, and the pain gives him power with the dark side of the Force.
Yeah,
so.
But, like, he was so emo. He thinks so cool. Yeah. I'm like, you emo little bitch.
Yeah.
Like, literally so... I mean, he wears all black.
Yeah. That looks fucking cool.
Right? Like, how do you get more emo than that? Speaking of Marvel, which we weren't speaking of Marvel. Did you watch WandaVision?
I did not, dude. I gotta watch that. It's really good.
See, here's the thing. I watched it, and I was like, there's parts of it that are good, but it took me so long to finish it. Like, I'd watch it.
Is the season done now? Or?
Yeah, and then I would just, like, go watch something else and not think about it at all, and then, like, go back and watch it again. So, I don't know. Like, I have mixed feelings about it, but I think it was done well overall, but... Very strange show. Yeah?
No, I heard it was very weird.
How do you feel about people falling in love with robots? Because Wanda was like...
Well, is Vision a robot?
I mean, like, yeah.
I don't know. He's this... What does he have? The Soul Stone, right?
Yeah, so he's a robotic stone, like...
Or wait, what does he have?
He does. Is it the Mind
No, it's the Mind Stone, yeah.
But, such a creative name, by the way.
I don't know if he's a robot at that point, then.
Like, even if it was like, oh, he... came to be out of the dirt. I'm like, what?
No, but he's like the super intelligent thing with consciousness and a personality.
Yeah, but see, for me, I'd be like, oh, that's my dog. I would think of it as like a dog or something. Like,
what if you were sexually attracted to it?
See, I wouldn't be.
You don't know that.
I would just.
What if he's really charming and your type? And...
No, I'd be like, that's even more creepy.
Nah. You can't say that until you actually do it.
No.
You don't know until it actually happens.
No, because I'm not one of those weirdos. It's like...
Hey, don't judge.
I'm not one of those weirdos.
Are you kink-shaming right now?
I'm not one of those weirdos. It's like, I can't get bitches, so I have to make one.
Oh, okay.
Like,
well, she didn't make it. He just fell upon her, and she's like, you're kind of bad.
Yeah, okay, but that's like, I don't know, just finding like a sex robot somewhere and be like, alright, let's bet.
Let's use the
all my relationships are failed, so I must turn to metal.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but no, see, that makes really weird stuff, because...
Yeah.
No, but then that's getting into the show, and I can't, but you're gonna be thinking about this conversation.
Do they acknowledge that shit? Interesting.
Just, I can't tell you.
I'll watch it.
But, yeah, or when it's like Shape of Water, and I'm like, some people are just really horny. That's what you underestimate with humans.
The power of horniness.
Right? Because, like, that's just not... I feel like a person with healthy relationships in their life wouldn't look to that, you know?
Maybe. I don't know.
Like, if you have everything that you need
maybe
in your life, then...
I don't know.
You know? Like...
You never know.
I would simply stop being friends with someone like that. Like...
Why?
No, like
Wanda?
Yes.
Are we talking about Wanda still?
Well,
Why?
Wanda has so many issues aside from that, but I'd be
Her
like,
brother's dead,
I can't get behind the fact that you couldn't find anybody in the entire planet.
No. That's not how love works. You're not always looking for the best possible person. Someone just
but
falls into your lap.
When there's like 6 billion other people that are out there, and you pick the weirdest outcome possible.
People do that all the time. People are awful at picking their fucking boyfriend or girlfriend. Like,
they are, but like a lot of them also are good at it.
Yeah?
I have friends with like toxic relationships, and I don't even give them advice anymore. I'm like, why don't you go to therapy? Like, I used to be afraid to tell people that. And now I just say it to their face, go to therapy.
Yeah.
I have one friend like that. And every time they complain to me, I'm like,
go to therapy.
Sounds like you need a therapist.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And
they're like, yeah, I'm gonna give this person a chance. I'm like, you stupid bitch.
Yeah.
Like, don't give them a chance.
Shit's frustrating.
It is.
I don't even comment on it either. Like, I don't
but
give
it's
them advice.
also like when it comes to toxic relationships, it's not just that easy. So.
No.
But either way, I try to remove myself. I'm like, I'm not getting emotionally invested.
Yeah.
Like,
because it's always gonna be frustrating for you.
Dude,
you're never gonna understand.
I was literally writing about a song, and I think it's my favorite line I've ever wrote.
Mm-hmm.
Let me find it. It is. Which one is it? Is it Waves? Nope. I hate organizing my songs. Oh, it's this one. It's called Avoid. Produced by my friend Azure. They're really cool.
But
don't have a savior complex. It's really pretty simple. I want to save you from yourself. Tell me, why is that so sinful? And I'm just like, it's a self-call out.
Yeah. I feel that.
I'm like, stop.
Mm-hmm.
You are not a crusader.
Yeah.
And they didn't save anybody. They ended up doing more damage than... I don't think there was any good crusaders. It's like, okay.
No.
You can quote me on this. You know, people are like, all cops are bastards, but they're saying all cops are bastardizes in the system they participate in.
Yeah.
I say all crusaders are bastards.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
Same concept.
Yeah.
10 years down the road, this is what I will be known for. Not
this
my
comment.
music, nothing, this comment.
That's pretty... Yeah.
It even has like
powerful.
A cool acronym, right?
Yeah.
Alright, well, since we are coming to the end of our time because I've worked because I'm a slave to capitalism, let's talk about new music / artistic direction from like here forward. After people listen to the podcast, what can they expect? If I ever get around to editing it.
So, yeah, right now I'm finishing up Solstice, my next album. And you can expect it's 2 tapes. It's like 2 conjoined EPs to make one album, basically. So
it's like a cyborg.
Yeah, pretty much. And so the first tape 1 is 7 songs, and tape 2 is 7 songs. And the first tape is more like lo-fi, me just rapping about my experiences and depression and such. And then the second half, tape 2, the last 7 songs, are like more hits. It's more like trappy. It's cleaner production. And I feel like people, like, I feel like I have 2 separate not separate, but just two separate fan bases. Like, one is like, I like when you just spit. I like when you talk about your mental issues and your experiences and heartbreak. And the other side's like, I like when you make catchy songs over trap beats.
And then there's other people that are like, whatever you make, I'm gonna listen to.
Yeah. So I feel like this makes everyone happy by doing it like this. So that's what
I don't know anybody who takes their like projects more seriously than you. I feel like you could write like an entire essay like this. I'm Nikki and this is my TED Talk about my project.
Yeah.
Let's talk about cohesiveness in art. Bring back that, professionalism.
Dude, because I just love full projects.
I feel like you'd be the type of person to wear like a 3-piece suit if you worked in an office. You'd be so serious about it.
Yeah.
Like, bring it back. Like, my dad's always like, I remember when people used to wear suits to baseball games, and I'm like, I remember when you lived in segregation, so...
Bam.
I don't know.
Boom.
People don't want to wear suits, like... Mm-hmm. Then they don't have to. So, are you, like, planning on staying in the Pennsylvania area?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not talking about forever, but in the near future.
Yeah, I think soon I'm gonna be working on moving to, like, Philly or something, and then after that, the goal is LA, eventually. So, we're working towards that, but I don't know how soon that's gonna be, so just playing it by ear for now. Yeah.
Yeah, I am, like, on the opposite side of the spectrum. I hate Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
And I'm moving to Texas.
It's a weird place. When are you moving to Texas?
Either, like, at the end of the year or next summer, but it's funny because I don't even like Texas.
I feel like everyone's moving to Texas, though.
I know, it's crazy. I have multiple friends moving there, but my older brother, Andrew, shout out to Andrew. You're a good brother. I have lots of brothers, so.
Yeah, how many brothers do you have?
I have 6 brothers.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's dope.
So, yeah, sometimes I forget. I'm like.
Are you the youngest?
Yeah.
I knew it.
Youngest
We're the youngest. We give off the youngest energy.
Right? So, I was like, I don't like living with my parents. And I don't have enough money to live on my own here, so I'm just gonna live near my brother.
In Texas?
If I like run out of money or something, I'd be like,
let me live with you.
Can I sleep in the garage?
Yeah.
Please. I'll wash your dishes.
Why don't you just move in with him and just pay some rent then?
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's gonna be living in the same apartment then, but I want to try to at least get my own place for a little bit. Like, well, not my own place. I'll be living with roommates because I'm gonna try to go to community college down there, and then maybe Texas A&M like he did, just like copy his entire personality, you know. But yeah, I might. I don't know. I always hate to be the one that's like. I don't want to be the annoying little sibling that moves in and you can't say no because it's like ethically wrong.
Right. I feel you.
Right, yeah. So, yeah.
Fucking stupid.
That's the story of why I'm moving to Texas. So,
boom.
I'm going to miss my cat though.
Yeah, bringing your cat? Oh, is it your parents' cat?
It's my cat, but like the way I think about it, like I'm going to be depriving her of like an entire house and a backyard and people to spoil her. Well, meanwhile, I'm going to be living in like a shed in the middle of nowhere.
Gotcha.
Right? And, like,
it's dope.
What if she gets depressed?
Yeah.
What if she's like, I hate you and I miss my family?
And she'll just resent you from that.
You know, like, what if she just doesn't want to look at me anymore?
Mm-hmm.
Like, she comes home and she's like, you're a disappointment.
Yeah.
Like, how am I going to live with that?
Can't.
Right? So I'd rather have her resent me for giving her a better life. You know, like those classic movies where people, like, leave their kid in a different country?
Yeah.
And they're like, but I send you $1,000 every month. And they're like, I just wanted you.
Oh, my God.
But honestly,
deadbeats.
The thing is, though, when it comes to people leaving, like, third world countries and stuff, the kid doesn't understand this or older. It's like, yes, maybe it wasn't the best parenting decision, but realistically, they probably couldn't afford to support their kid in the new country.
Mm-hmm. And
this is their version of giving them a better life.
Yeah.
They couldn't do much, right?
Yeah.
So, from the kid's perspective, it probably sucks, but from the parent's perspective, like...
It's best case scenario, I guess.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I'm just gonna, like, give her a stipend, like, send $50 a month and be like, this is for litter and food.
Mm-hmm.
They're expensive, dude. We have to pay, like, $20 a month for her. It's, like, all-in-one treatment. It's, like, parasites, fleas, ticks, heartworm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dope.
Do you ever forget that, like, pets get parasites? Like, sometimes...
I haven't had a pet in a while, so...
But have you ever had a friend that's, like, that they said that, like, their dog has some sort of, like, tick or flea or whatever, right? And, like, I'll just forget, and then, like, dude, if you ever have a pet and you find one of their worms, you deserve financial compensation. It is, like, the worst...
who's gonna pay for it?
It's the worst experience ever,
yeah,
though.
No,
you ever seen
sucks.
a worm fall out of your pet? No.
No.
Yeah, just don't look it up either.
Nope, don't want to.
And on that note, have a great day, everybody.
On butt worms.
Okay.
Good night.